904 here has, or sorry, the 954 has twin sister arms, which is exactly the same as a 904 XL. This tractor. Right, we're here at the Manifold Show in Derbyshire, and I'm talking to a good friend of mine called Andy Griffin. And Andy is a proud owner of a 954. Now Andy, how many do you believe were made?
We believe 16 were built.
Yes.
We believe 14 survived.
14 survived. Now, the chassis number on this tractor is?
The chassis number is 3278G,
right,
which is about 65 away from the end of production.
Yes.
So, yeah, she's a rare old girl.
So this engine here is the 4236 turbocharged engine with a Garrett turbocharger, is that?
We believe so, yes.
Believe so. And this tractor has got the Borg and Beck 12-inch clutch.
It has indeed. I've changed it myself a couple of times.
Yes, and anybody that wants Marshall parts for an 854 or any Marshall at all, you would be able to supply them any parts that are needed. Would that be correct?
It would. This particular tractor has been exceptionally reliable.
Yes.
Hand on heart, apart from the clutch, all we've ever done is just done filters and oil on the engine.
Yes.
It's been exceptionally reliable. And reliable.
Now, as we can see in the front of this tractor, she's got the 8-stud Carrera axle, and I believe there's a limited slip diff in this axle, as far as I know.
Yeah, once again, it has never caused us a spot of bother.
And everything has been good in the seals.
Everything's been good. We've put since we've had it, we've put about 1,000 hours on it.
Yes.
It's used every year for bedding down the cows. Yes. Chopper on the back.
Yes.
And in the summer, it's used for rowing up.
Rowing up, yes.
Range up duties. So, yeah.
Andy, you also have a Marshall 100 series.
Correct.
And basically, for anybody that looks at this tractor, when you look at the tin work on this tractor, it has got similar tin work to the Marshall 100 series, and I believe Marshall did this intentionally to make sure that the tractors all look uniform from the 752 right through to the 1454. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. The styling goes all the way through.
Right.
Yeah, in the same ilk.
So basically this is the same Secura cab that was on the 904.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's got it's got the raised section in the middle.
Yes.
Obviously, for those that are familiar with the 100, obviously you have the full flat floor.
Yes.
But yeah, so this exactly the same cab.
And this tractor also has the XL gearbox.
It does.
And that basically gives you a creep box. And this tractor would be ideal, which I know, having had an 802 XL, this tractor would be excellent for hedge cutting.
Yeah. And it also, obviously, the diff in the back of this is obviously the later style diff.
Yes.
It's a quicker diff. If you took it apart, it's not like your standard 804, 802s. It's a different diff.
Now this goes away from the standard Smith dash that would be in an 804 or a 904. Marshall had a rev counter, and you have your voltmeter, you have your fuel gauge and your temperature gauge in the centre. These clocks were only used for a small period of time, but it's interesting to note there was a tractor after this machine, one more evolution, which was done by Charnley's, and they developed the JWD. But that tractor, interestingly, went back to the old style dash. Again, this tractor here is XL specification, and she's got the air vents across the top of the cab. Now this is the Mark II cab, Andre, isn't that right?
It is the Mark II with the vent on the top, yeah. The only non-original fitment's the radio.
Right, okay. Now Andre, do you do parts for the cabs itself?
Yeah, so now obviously the roof, the hatch and the door frames are all now back available.
Yes.
So obviously the cab cladding's available again now. So it's yeah.
So
it's a good time to tidy your cab up at the moment.
Now in here we'll show you the creep box. This is on the right hand side beside the gear lever and before, absolutely right in front of the 4-wheel drive engagement lever. Now as I say, Andy, what seat is this in this tractor?
I think it's a gamma unit in that.
Yes.
Gamma unit.
Gamma unit.
Yeah.
As I say, you do replacement seat covers for the old style.
Yeah, for the old Bostrom unit, we do the
Yes.
the reproduction cushions and the linings for them.
Right, okay. Now as we move down in here, you also do the clutch slave cylinder and you do the master cylinder
Yeah, so
for
obviously
the clutch on the brakes.
Yeah, so obviously there's a lot of parts that are common with obviously a standard 802, which we support. All the the majority of the parts for the tractor for. It's just if you do buy one of these girls, you are going to have to face the fact that some of the parts are
Yes.
unique to these models, and some of the parts are, as you might say, a little workshop made.
Well, tell me this: do you have in stock any panels for these for the Perkins?
I have. In the past, I have reproduced all the front mesh panels.
Yes.
I have reproduced the removable side panels, but with there being so few tractors,
Yes.
it's something that you're not going to get asked for every day, but I have reproduced them in the past.
Now, tell me this: for anybody, is it a standard radiator in that, or is there's a different radiator?
It's a different radiator.
A different radiator for the 4236. In the front. Just have a wee look at this engine.
Yeah.
As I say, this gives us a wee bit more room round the seat of the engine. But as I say, it's still got the inline pump, or sorry, the rotary pump.
It's got the DPA rotary pump.
And as I say, the air filter is mounted up above the engine, whereas most Marshalls it's down in underneath the side panel.
Yeah, and obviously you've moved to an electric stop solenoid on it.
Yes, switch her off like a car.
Yeah.
Now we have another difference in the 954 and 854 with a plastic fuel tank that sat down and let more air into the radiator. We have a fuel filter here, a secondary fuel filter.
It's a sediment bowl. It's
A sediment
bowl.
Your business here, which is Tractor Spares Limited. If you contact 01335 310 and you'll be there 5 days a week, hopefully.
Usually 7 days a week.
Usually 7 days a week. But thank you very much for your time today and taking us around a very unusual tractor. Thanks very much, Andy.
Pleasure as always, James.